boiling water going on your stove, you want to go ahead and add some salt to this to give your potatoes some flavor. Alright, so once your water has come to a boil, you want to go ahead and add some potato. I diced mine up into big little cubes. And I'm going to go ahead and add them to my boiling water. Be careful you don't burn yourself. Try to use a bigger pot. My pot's a little bit small right now, so I'm going to have to switch them out. Alright, in your frying pan, you want to put a little bit of oil to heat. Alright, once your oil is ready, you can go ahead. Here I have in my bowl, I have some sweet peppers, some tomatoes, a little bit of garlic, and some onions. And I'm going to saute these in my frying pan. I always find that seasoning smells so nice when they're frying. It's so good. So we're going to go ahead and saute this for a bit. Alright, so once my seasoning has sauteed a bit, I'm going to go ahead and add some shrimp to the mix. And I'm also going to add some scallops. So once we've added our shrimp and scallops, I'm going to go ahead and add some seasoning salt. This is just some regular all-purpose seasoning salt I'm adding to this. And I'm going to add some parsley flakes. Be sure that you salt this well. So after I finish that, I'm going to go ahead and add some curry powder to the mix. Alright, and we're just going to stir this in now. At this time, you can add a little bit of water, but once your scallops and your shrimp start to cook, they will produce their own water. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit more water in my pot, but you can definitely go ahead and add a little bit of water, which is what I'm going to do. Alright, so I'm just going to add a bit of water, and I'm going to turn up my stove just a tad bit. So in the meanwhile, my potatoes are looking good. They're cooking well. You don't want these to overcook, so you want to keep a close eye on those. Just want to stir your pot in now. You can season your pot however way you like. Here I have this seasoning. It's just some sun-dried tomato and basil. And I'm just going to add a bit of this to my pot. You can add some more curry powder if you want. Mine's not yellow enough, so I'm just going to add a bit more. So that's looking good. So just to ensure that my pot is well salted, I'm just going to add a little bit of salt, not too much. So meanwhile it's cooking, I add a little bit more parsley flakes, and now I'm just going to add a bit of black pepper. This is optional. Like I said, you can season yours however way you like. Alright, so now I'm going to cover it and let it cook down. So I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. So for my potatoes now, I'm just going to add a little bit of butter because it does give the potatoes a very nice, soft flavor and very smooth and just nice while you're eating it. Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes and I'm just checking on my pot and it looks good. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a bit of butter to it. This also gives it a very nice flavor. This is optional, you don't have to add this, but I'm going to add it to mine. And then I'm going to cover again and just let it cook for another 3 minutes. Alright, so I just drained my potatoes and as you can see my fork goes through. So it is fully cooked, but it's not cooked where it's mushed out. So that's where you want your potatoes to be. So my gravy is looking pretty good right now. So I just wanted to cook out just a little bit more. So I'm going to leave my pot cover off and I'm just going to turn my stove up a bit and let my gravy dry out a little bit. I have some mushrooms that I cut up finely and I'm going to go ahead and add this to my dish. And then I'm just going to mix that in. I love mushrooms, guys, so I do add it to everything I cook now. It is delicious, so try it out. You just might be surprised. You're just going to mix that in and then I'm just going to leave this with my pot open and let this just dry out because these mushrooms just need a few minutes to just soak up some of these juices and they're really nice and flavorful. Alright, so it's been a few minutes and our pot is looking really good. So our pot is pretty much almost done. All it's missing now is the potatoes. So I have my potatoes here and I'm going to go ahead and add them right here into my pot. You might want to add them a little bit at a time just so you don't end up making a big mess. And then you just want to mix these right into your gravy. This is also why you don't want to overcook your potato because this little gravy here is also going to help to cook your potato down if it wasn't fully cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my potatoes now. Alright, so all my potatoes are added and that is looking really good. So I'm just going to give this about 2 to 3 minutes and just let it steam for about that bit, and then you're done and ready to serve. Enjoy.